Hey guys, and welcome back to Tome Time Tea. This is your host, C.T. Russell, here with a discussion topic. Today, I want to talk to you about TBRs, or to be reads. Reads? Reads? Whatever. To be read is a fairly simple term. The words should mean the same thing, yet those words seem so different to me since I started BookTube and Bookstagram. Before BookTube and Bookstagram, To Be Read was an abstract list of books that I wanted to get to at some point in my lifetime. And in some ways, it still is that. But then I see booktubers with their monthly TBRs and bookstagrammers challenge me to take photos of my own monthly TBR, which I do. I'm still fairly new to Bookstagram, but I still have like 3 or 4 of those photos up, depending on what time this video gets released. The only problem with those photos is I still haven't read all of those books. The past couple of months have not been the best for me reading-wise. There's a lot of different factors, but the fact of the matter is, I did not read as much as I wanted to. When I did read, it wasn't exactly in the order of the TBR, and some books weren't even on my TBR. I came across the term mood reader while I was on Bookstagram, and I have to say, it seems to fit me pretty well. I tend to read what I want to read. Planning was something I've never done in the past. This is probably why I tend to read the first book on my TBR and not the rest of them, because the first book was the one I knew I wanted to read in that moment. Sure, I do want to read the rest of the books, but there's no telling whether or not I'll be in the mood for them when I'm done with that first book. Unless my TBR is a series, because I tend to just breeze through those in one sitting if possible. You guys should have seen me just gobble up the Percy Jackson and the Blood of Olympus series last summer. It took me like 2 weeks, and that's what, like 10 books? That's more than what I've read in the past couple months combined. And then soon after, I bought the Trials of Apollo series, so I'm basically Rick Riordan trash now. The first book in the Magnus Chase series has made its way to my TBR, but I still haven't read it. I was only able to find the first of the series at the secondhand bookstore, and like I said, I like to finish series in one sitting. Since I know the rest of the series is out, I had a hard time starting with the first one knowing I would have to wait until I have the chance to purchase the rest. I feel like that is a really random reason to not start a series. Does anyone else do this? Please tell me someone else does this. Then, there are the times where I want to read a book, but so many people have told me that it made them cry. I am the first to admit I am a total crier. If there's a scene in a book or a movie, and the whole purpose of that scene is to give the audience feels, I probably cried. The Fault in Our Stars, I sobbed while reading on my in-laws' couch. Yes, my in-laws' couch. That wasn't awkward at all. But I was so invested in the story that I just couldn't stop reading. Then my husband and I went to see the movie, and guess what? Yeah, that's right, I bawled my eyes out, even though I knew exactly what was going to happen. So when other people say a book made them cry, I'm willing to bet it's going to make me cry. But I'm not always in the mood for crying. Sure, that could be good every once in a while, but in the past couple of months, I just haven't been feeling up for that. Yet another really odd reason to not start a book. I'll probably still end up making TBRs just because I feel it's so ingrained in book culture. But I was wondering how many people really strictly follow them. I know I've seen a video from Peter Likes Books talking about how he doesn't tend to stick to TBRs. If I can find that video, I'll link it below. With how many TBRs I've not finished, this topic has been on my mind a lot lately. Let me know below your thoughts on TBRs. Do you find it helpful to plan out your reading month, or are you more of a mood reader? How often do you stick to your TBRs? Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.